The unarmed teenager was 17 years old, and he was shot and killed in 2012 by George Zimmerman, who claimed he was attacked and that he fired in self-defense.
That is when George Zimmerman shot and killed teenager Trayvon Martin, who was walking unarmed in his Florida neighborhood. Zimmerman was acquitted of murder. The shooting sparked outcry around the country and led to the start of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Newly released video shows Martin at a Sanford, Florida 7-Eleven buying the Skittles and iced tea that police later found on his body.
Are you following him? Yeah. Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Since your brother's death, have you had an opportunity to hear a tape that contains screaming and a gunshot? And do you recognize any voices on that tape?
Yes.
Whose voice do you recognize?
My brother.
This guy looks like he's up to no good or he's on drugs or something.
As we learned from his girlfriend, Martin at this point is terrified.
He said his man was watching him, so he put his hood.
Trayvon's?
Yes.
Trayvon said, what you following me from? And the man come and said, what you doing around here? Somebody pushed Trayvon because the head said this down.
I am Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin. Trayvon died needlessly. He was an innocent child, and he could have been my grandchild.
Zimmerman immediately claimed self-defense, which investigators on the scene accepted. But investigators also ignored key witnesses, ABC News has learned, and failed to contact others like Martin's girlfriend.
Zimmerman, verdict, we the jury find George Zimmerman not guilty.
The Trayvon Martin case shook America in 2013 as George Zimmerman, the man who pulled the trigger, walked free. Many athletes spoke out. LeBron James and the Miami Heat took a stand, donning hoodies. Then New York Giants wideout Victor Cruz expressed his frustration via Twitter. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Tweeted then Clips guard Jamal Crawford. Oklahoma City Thunder center Kendrick Perkins simply tweeted, America justice system is a joke. Many reacted how one would think to an unjust murder of a 17-year-old where the killer gets off. However, one coach did the unthinkable. That being this guy, Urban Meyer. You see, while at Ohio State, this photo of Trayvon Martin in a hoodie was presented via PowerPoint to institute the no hoods rule within the program. Marcus Williamson, a 5-year player at Ohio State, tweeted this. This allegation was backed up by former Buckeye player Tyvis Powell. The hoodie became a symbol of support for Martin in the wake of his death and the consequent debate over racial profiling in the United States. But
I am urging the parents of Black and Latino youngsters particularly to not let their children go out wearing hoodies. I think the hoodie is as much responsible for Trayvon Martin's death as George Zimmerman was.
Fox News pulled a Fox News.
You dress like a thug, people are going to treat you like a thug. That's true. I stand by that.
Wearing a damn hoodie or those pants around his ankles, take that hood off. People look at you and they, what's the instant identification? What's the instant association? It's those crime scene surveillance tapes. Every time you see someone sticking up a 7-Eleven, the kid's wearing a hoodie. Every time you see a mugging on a surveillance camera or they get the old lady in the alcove, it's a kid wearing a hoodie.
This is where Urban Meyer got it from.
Just answer my question.
George Zimmerman like he's some sort of criminal. He's not a criminal. He's
George
a guy
Zimmerman
who cares about his neighborhood.
Shot dead an
He's a guy who
unarmed
cares about his
teenager.
neighborhood. He's a neighborhood watch guy. Don't you want people who are proactive?
What foolish commentary, which Urban Meyer's players could find inside their locker rooms and team meetings when Meyer asked Larry Elder to visit. Of course he denied it and refuted Williamson's claim to Ohio State beat reporter Jeff Snook, only to reverse course and blame it on an Ohio State staffer. This dude is the definition of a coward, an unequivocal clown in coaching young men who should not have access to them anymore. As Shannon Sharp wrote, nothing happens in an Urban Meyer program without his blessings. He also denied kicking former Jaguars kicker Josh Lambo. It turned out to be true because, of course, it was. He lied to the press at Big Ten Media Day when he covered for a domestic abuser on his staff, Zach Smith, because winning and legacy is the only thing that matters to a selfish, inhumane individual like this. When people show you who they are, believe them.